Welcome, a very good morning, and welcome to another update from the Nigerian Stock Exchange. It's another day in paradise, and a warm welcome this morning. The stock market, the Nigerian Stock Exchange, like any other market, sometimes a day at the stock market is like a football match. You never know how it's going to turn out at the beginning of the day, just like yesterday. Nobody knew France was going to be bundled out of the World Cup. So that was how it was yesterday on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. So as this is the situation, the market hasn't opened today. The market will be opening at 9:35. But let me tell you, there are a lot of things, action happening that happened at the exchange yesterday. There were gainers, there were losers, and that's how it is on the stock market every day. Just like in a football match, you see things go up and down. So yesterday, among the gainers, there were notable names, and among the losers, the stocks that didn't perform too well, there were also notable names. So, right, if you're just joining, grab something to drink. Yeah, so let me tell you, among the losing stocks yesterday, the stocks that lost yesterday, Africa Prudential, not too much. It closed at 0.39% down. Africa Prudential was one of those that closed on a bearish note, 0.35%, 0.39% bearish. Also, Tantalizers closed at 3.45% down. Access Holdings closed at 1.4% down. And then we have Lotus Alal ETF that also closed at 1.79% down. Let me try and give you some exercise. Do you know which stocks? Can you make a guess? Which stocks do you think are going to be very impressive today? That within today, these social stocks are going to be impressive, or those ones that you think are not going to perform well. Leave your comment or write down your speculations, and then later you can put them in the comment. But I'll be telling you also the 5 top losing stocks of yesterday, the 5 top losers yesterday, and the 5 top gainers. That's the 5 stocks that gained the most in their share price, and also the top 5 stocks that lost value yesterday. But before then, as I said, grab something to drink. If you can get a cold drink or a tea or whatever it is you like to drink, go for it, just like I'm going for mine. Okay, right. So here, let's see what the market is like. Because remember, the way the market closed yesterday is how it opens this morning. Just like you leave in your office, you left things on the table. That is where you are going to pick it up when you resume today. So if you are closing yesterday, you left or you've done A, B, C. That is how when you resume this morning, that is how things are going to be. So the same way the market, before the market opens today, the way it closed yesterday, that is the situation of the market. That's how it's going to be. So let me tell you where we are right now, and then I'll be mentioning to you the top 5 losers and also the top 5 gainers of yesterday, and those are the ones that are going to hit the ground running very, very soon when the market opens. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier yesterday or this morning, yesterday Access Holdings closed at 1.4 over 1.4%, down 1.47 actually. Access Holdings, it closed at 1.4% down and is trading for 25 naira. So that's how it's going to open this morning. Access Holdings trading for 25 naira. ABC Transport closed on a very mild note. It was at 0%. Academy Press closed at 0%. It was trading for 640. So it's going to open their way this morning. Consolidated Hallmark. Let's see. Consolidated Hallmark closed on a bullish note yesterday. It was up by 4.3. Consolidated Hallmark closed on a bullish note yesterday. Africa Prudential, as I mentioned, closed on a bearish note. It lost value. It closed on a losing note, losing 0.38% of its value. Austin Lars closed at 0%. It didn't lose anything. Bua Cement, remember 2 days ago, Bua Cement took a heavy fall when it lost 9.99% of its value. Yesterday, it has not recovered, but it was 0%, no changes. It wasn't affected yesterday at all. So it's still trading for 306 naira and 20 kobo. Abe Mortgage Bank, on the other hand, closed on a bearish note. It's trading. Abe Mortgage Bank lost 1.55% of its share price. CNI Leasing was among the gainers yesterday. It closed 3.45% up. ICO Insurance also closed on a bullish note. It closed at 0.7% of ICO Insurance. Geregu Power closed on a neutral ground to 0%. No loss. It didn't lose anything. That was how it closed. Nigeria Exchange Group, they didn't also close at 0%. It's trading for 137 naira and 10 kobo. Nigeria Exchange Group closed on a positive note. Living Trust Mortgage Bank, it closed at 0%, no losses. VFD Group closed at more than 2% up. VFD Group, also one of those notable names that you know, a service that you use in the country is MTN. MTN closed on a bullish note, more than 1% up, and it's trading for 820 naira. MTN at 820 naira closed at more than 1% up. Cadbury, on the other hand, Cadbury was neutral. They didn't suffer any loss. It didn't get any increase either. It closed at 0%. That is Cadbury. Chemical and Allied Product also closed at 0%, trading for 157 naira and 60 kobo. And now let me tell you some of the top five losing stocks of yesterday. International Breweries closed at 4.79% down. International Breweries was one of the top 5 losing stocks of yesterday, closed at 4.7% down. FTN Cocoa also took a big hit yesterday, which closed at 7.55% down. FTN Cocoa closed at 7.55% down. Also yesterday, FTG Insure, that closed at 7.67% down. FTG Insure closed at 7.67% down. So those are the top three from the bottom of the losing stocks. Also yesterday, among the top 5 losers, Legend International closed at 9.18% down. Legend International was down by 9.18%. And on top, number 1 among the top 5 losing stocks of yesterday. Can you take a guess? I'll give you 10 seconds to think of. Don't Google it, just think. Who do you think, which company do you think was the top losing stock yesterday on the Nigerian Stock Exchange. I give you 10 more seconds to think about it and to come up with an answer. Okay, all right, it was International Energy. International Energy suffered a big hit yesterday. It closed at 9.86% down. International Energy closed at 9.86% down. Now coming to the top 5 gainers. But before I tell you who the top 5 gainers are, among those that gained yesterday were Fidelity. Fidelity closed at 2.04% up. Fidelity closed on a good note. The shares were up by 2.0%, 2.04% up. Also, Zenith Bank, it closed on a bullish note as well. Zenith Bank closed at 1.31% up. Zenith Bank closed at 1.31% up. FCMB Group, First City Merchant Bank Group, also had a good outing yesterday. The shares closed at 6.93% up, 6.93% up. Now to our top 5 gainers of yesterday, the shares that gained the topmost 5 among the gainers. We had Alte Briscoe. Alte Briscoe gained 8.68%. Alte Briscoe was up by 8.68% at the close of business yesterday. NRET, Nigerian REIT Company, Real Estate Insurance Trust, it closed at 9.71% up. That's at number 4. Number 3 is Thomas Watt, closed at 9.8% up. Down 9.8% up. Remember, the top 5 gaining stocks, we have Thomas White closing 9, that's at number 3, closing at 9.8% up. Number 4 is NRET. NREIT is a real estate investment trust. It closed at 9.71% up. That's at number 4. Number 5 is Alte Briscoe. It closed 8.68% up in value. That's it. Then we have the top 2 gaining stocks. Can you again, let me give you a short exercise, a short quiz. Can you guess which stocks occupied the top 2 posts among the top 5 gainers? I give you 20 seconds to think about it. Grab something while you're thinking about it. Okay, the top 2 stocks of yesterday that closed number 1 and number 2 among the top 5 gainers. Number 2 is First Holdco, First Holding Company. That is the parent company of Nigeria's premium bank, First Bank of Nigeria. First Holdco had a good outing yesterday. It closed at 9.98% up. So any investor who had plenty in their portfolio yesterday could have made good money offloading part of their First Holdco shares. Also, in fact, it's not too late. If you still have plenty in your portfolio and you want to make quick bucks, you can do that today because let's say an investor has 6,000 shares of First Holdco in their portfolio, and because it went up by 9.98% up, that investor might say, let me sell just 1,000 shares of my portfolio so that you can cash in on the bullish trend. Of course, you still retain the remaining 5,000%. You can keep on any dividend on those ones every year. But if you want to branch out and take advantage of the bullish run, you might as well, if I were you, I could say, okay, let me sell just 1,000 of my 6,000 units. That's how to do it. That's how to be a savvy investor. So that's number 2. Number 1, the stock that gained the most yesterday on the Nigerian Stock Exchange is Learn Africa. Learn Africa appreciated in value by 10%. That's the maximum number of points by which stocks are ranked. So number one, the top most gainer yesterday, the topmost stock was for Learn Africa, 10%, followed by Fort Holdco. Number 2, 9.98% up. Number 3 was Thomas White, 9.8% up. Number 4 was N-Rate, that is 9.71% up. And number 5 was RT Briscoe. So that's how they're going to open this morning. And don't forget the top 5 losing stocks, the top 5 that lost the most yesterday. Well, International Energy, Legend International, FTG Ensure, you have FTN Cocoa, and International Breweries. Thank you so much for joining for this update. I'll see you later in the day. Until then, bye for now.